Alright, I am live. Welcome back to my channel with me, That Final Fantasy, for more Hogwarts Legacy. I hope you all had a wonderful day. And if you are here, thank you for joining me. Let's continue on. Level 29. 32 hours in. Last stream, we did quite a few side quests. We completed the most important side quest, I think, so far in the game that I have done. For a certain someone, we had to collect a certain something in order to upgrade a certain spell. It is by far the most important spell in the entire game. Alright. We also collected some new creatures as well. And you saw how fast that load was in? That load was pretty dang fast. Last stream we had a little bit of a loading error. The game took like 5 minutes. Maybe it was my console in the end, because this was rather quick. So we got a few quests in the Shadow Estate. Meet Sebastion. A friend indeed. Meet someone at the Three Broomsticks. Talk to Serona Ryan at the Three Broomsticks. Right. Oh, Mr. Moon. Okay, we'll do this. The man behind the moons. Guess we'll start with this. To the astronomy tower. Summoner's Court match. Oh, there's another one, huh? You know what? Why not? So I wonder who our opponent is today. Is that Natty? No. Samantha Dale, huh?
Hello, Samantha. Are you here for Summoner's Court?
I am. I'm actually rather good at it.
Okay.
Used to play all the time with my brother until... Never mind. Shall we begin?
I'm ready.
Yes, I'm ready to play.
Then let's get summoning.
Ooh, what's that? Distortion?
Accio!
Oh, I see.
Yes!
Wrong spell. There we go. Oh, no. Ah, poor
You'll
Qua.
have to do better than that.
I overshot. I wonder if I can bump her ball off the court. Alright, let's try this.
How am I to top that? Accio!
What? I see. There may still be a chance. No. Nope.
How about that?
Good
I
job,
won!
Samantha.
Good match. Care to have another go?
But of course.
But of
Splendid.
course.
Accio.
You'll have to do
see.
better than that. Accio! Yes!
Very interesting taste.
That was sensational! Accio!
Wow.
How am I to top that? That settles it, then.
It's 1-1. There should have been a third round. But alright.
After your poor show against Natty in class, I thought I could beat you. Appears I overestimated myself.
Don't say that, Samantha. You're a fine player.
Well, that's very kind of you. Let's just say if I'm good, then you're better. I happen to know who you're up against next, and she's no shy opponent. Best of luck.
Is it Natty herself? Alright. Completed that. Wait a second, my other quest isn't toggled because I did this one. So this is Mr. Piers Pemberton.
Pardon me, sir, but about those curious demiguise statues I've seen.
What? Who are you? Why do you ask?
They're quite clever.
Oh, thank you. A lot of craftsmanship and care went into them. I assume.
So you did create them?
Yes, I did. It was a ploy to give that pathetic oaf Moon a taste of the grief he caused me years ago. You are the one who's
That
been
was right,
covering them.
okay.
I am, at the request of Mr. Moon. I
I
received
figured it
a
might have been like a
on
quarrel.
your stationery.
Ah, well, fitting Moon would enlist a student. Too cowardly to do it himself. Hasn't changed a bit. Even when we were at school, he was a cowardly bully. Gave me a horrible nickname, which I shan't repeat. I was thrilled when we left school and he seemed gone for good. Then I started seeing him around Hogsmead. It was too much. Even if I do take satisfaction in that his life's destiny was to be a lowly caretaker.
I mean, it is,
Mr.
actually.
Moon does a good deal for the school, and he's taught me a lot. He's
The most
terrified
important
of
spell
those
in
statues.
entire Hogwarts that I've been here.
I know. You should have seen his face when that boggart appeared. Oh, priceless. That's when I knew what I needed to do. I simply didn't want to encounter him anymore. So, I shrewdly put a boggart in his path to learn his greatest fear. I then created the demiguise statues to keep him in his place, so to speak. The moons were an inspired play on his name. It worked brilliantly. Until you started clearing them out.
The statues are a form of bullying. You're no better than him. Perhaps it's time you both moved on.
Fair point, I suppose. If they've terrified him, as you say, he may have learned his lesson.
Good. So we'll leave that be. I guess we should talk to Sirona. Let's go to Three Broomsticks.
Ah, glad you came.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Hello, Sirona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ramrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. Then I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favor for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I've actually met Mrs. Sprottle. I recently
Really?
spoke with her about her friend Claire Beaumont.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and
Actually,
Aidan
the fact
as
that
I
they
waited
talked
tables
about how
here
we
as a
met him.
student.
Okay.
I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. Ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
Okay.
Why does
we'll try to
Mrs.
refrain.
Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying traveling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find a hamlet just north of Hogsmead. Please do give Dot my love.
I will, Serena. And I promise not to read the letters, even though she gave us the okay to do so. Now we just gotta get farther away so we can fly. Run!
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
She's around here somewhere. Doing laundry, it seems. Or gardening?
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Serona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Serona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
I was about to say, I wonder if we could give her some of the ones we have.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Serona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Serona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern.
Oh.
The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Okay, I guess we had to go anyway. Why not ask?
Serona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. Serona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Serona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Okay.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I, and the vendors I help, would greatly appreciate it.
Looks like we had to go to that cave for orc lumps anyway. I guess we replenished our supply. Alright, we're off. But any animals nearby?
Revelio.
A camp.
It could be useful if it wasn't on this stupid patrol. Come on!
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Glacius.
You can't roll your way out of sight!
Careful.
Expelliarmus. Go down, it's easy. Confringo. Flipendo. Glacius. Confringo. Glacius. Revelio.
I tell you this, Hogwarts is lucky they've got with them. If I wanted this little excitement, I'd have a job at a bank. It's been ages since I've found anything worth poaching near Cragcroft.
Flipendo. Expelliarmus. Glacius. Flipendo. Confringo. Glacius. Protego.
What have you done?
Expelliarmus. Revelio.
And still there's more of them.
With you if you think you can outdo my take. Could hardly carry the sacks on that last
Glacius.
You! What do you think you're doing?
Flipendo. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Glacius. Flipendo. Revelio.
No more Wiggins potions, huh? Okay. That's fair. Alright, let's go to that cavern.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
What clump juice? More like, well, yeah, I was gonna say spike lump. What is this out here? Is there a troll in there? Can't say I will be surprised.
Revelio. Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. Confringo. That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
If we didn't have a steady supply of hork lump juice, we do now. Oh.
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Flipendo, Confringo, Glacius, Expelliarmus.
I pressed B! I pressed B!
Confringo, Flipendo, Glacius, Expelliarmus.
I pressed B again, and I held it.
Flipendo. Expelliarmus, Flipendo, Confringo. Flipendo, Glacius. Expelliarmus, Flipendo.
Oh my god, this thing's a level 31! Oh, last second! That was millisecond, more like it.
Confringo, Glacius, Flipendo. Revelio.
Thanks, Cabbage Patch Kids. Oh man, I didn't even notice her arm could be like that. Ooh. Troll boogies.
I think that's everything. Sirona will be glad to have this back. I should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad to have it back. Revelio.
Yeah. Let's take it back. Who's this?
He'll see it was a mistake parting ways with me.
Ackley Barnes. Let's go to Sirona first.
Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk clumps for her Wiggamel potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some
Why
of
not?
the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlic?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends.
Really?
I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aiden. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through... well, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forget Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw. We could have cheered them on together.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aiden. Thank you, again, for helping her. And for
the least we
returning
can
the
do.
box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
I hope we create some as well. I think we've created a few already. And there seemed to have been someone in the back here. Let's go talk to him. He seemed rather surly.
I'll fix him. That charm grinder.
Sir, is everything all right?
How kind of you to ask. The name's Ashley Barnes. No, it is not. I'm plotting a sort of revenge against my ex-business partner, a conniving fiend by the name of Alfred Lawley. He cut me out of our herbology supply business, just as we were getting started. Said I was too volatile to work with. I'll show him volatile.
What else is in Mr. Lawley's cellar?
All of Lawley's herbology supplies. He has quite the collection. Fill your pockets while you're there. Or to slow him down for a bit. And I can get my business going minus any competition.
Why do you need Mr. Lawley's venomous tentacular in particular?
Simple. If I have it, then Lawley doesn't. Ergo, I can launch my business, and he must start all over again. I'm killing 2 snidgets with 1 stone.
I see.
You said Mr. Lawley was your ex-business partner. What were you working on?
I had an idea to train venomous tentacula, create guard plants, if you will, that attacked when ordered. We hit a snag when one ate Lawley's Kneasel. After that, he cut me out of the business, the short-sighted fiend.
I see. That was a casualty, but I don't see why you just cut him off because of it. Do we get discounts? Discounts? Discounts?
I'm not sure this is something a student should be doing on your behalf.
Oh, it's nothing. And he deserves it. Trust me. He'll be in and out of there in no time.
Very well. I'll see what I can do.
Excellent. I shall be right here. All I ask is that you bring me the venomous tentacula. Remember,
Or I
just
keep
need
it.
that venomous tentacula.
Mr. Barnes will only get in trouble going down this path. I need to find another way to get him a venomous tentacula. Hello, Mr. Barnes. I have that venomous tentacula.
Wish I could see Lawley's face when he realizes his prized possession is gone. Let's see who's volatile now. Well done. I'll take it off your hands now.
It wasn't as easy to come by as I had expected. I'd like to be paid for my troubles.
Only fair, I suppose. I can respect your
I mean-
business acumen. Here's a little something for your next trip to Zonko's.
Right.
Thank you again for your help. I suspect you have a bright future.
Possibly. We'll see. Should I? Okay, we're actually done here. Beastlies. Quidditch. Mr. Ollivanders.
Greetings, Mr. Ollivander. I visited the owlery, as you suggested.
Oh, it's the intrepid young sleuth. Well, what did you find? Was my inkling correct?
It was, but I don't think either of us could have predicted where I'd end up.
Most intriguing. Where did it all
Oh, this
lead?
is from a while
I met the
back.
ghost of Richard Jackdaw himself. He pointed me to the cave where he died, wand in hand.
Astonishing. So, he was the culprit. And?
I did indeed find your family wand, but it was in pieces, beyond repair.
Ah, well, I suppose I'm not surprised after all this time. Most unfortunate. But there you have it. In any case,
You never
you
told
have
them.
mine and my family's thanks. At least now we know what happened. I shall tell them what I've learned and what you have done for us.
Okay. We've never given closure with what happened. We just left. Well, I'm glad we were able to tell him. Good day, Mr. Ollivander. Two. Hello, kitty. Oh no, he's up here.
Your spirit guides are trying to contact you.
Oh?
Mr. Moon, I've learned who's behind the demiguise statues. It was an old schoolmate of yours, Piers Pemberton.
Oh, I might have known. Pigtails Piers.
I don't think he likes being called that.
Of course he does. Oh, he had such flowing locks. We used to laugh about them. I laughed the hardest of all. Clever, clever man. I'd no idea he was so devious. I must go and congratulate him. Whatever statues remain seem less terrifying now that I know they were put out by old pigtails. Continue collecting them if you like. As for me, I'm gonna go and pay a visit to my old friend.
Mr. Moon. Okay. And this man taught us the most important spell we have come across in our entirety of Hogwarts thus far. Sebastion, we are here. Oh, we gotta wait for him? Alright, let's wait for Sebastion.
Thank you for your persistence and cleverness. I
Oh, Mr. Moon.
Piers about it, and he confessed straight away, the old rascal. We've agreed to let bygones be bygones.
Oh.
Don't forget to say hello the next time you're in the Three Broomsticks. Thrilled to be back there again.
Okay, alright. So you had to hear that, Sebastion? Long story. Oops, wrong button.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Fieldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's.
Okay. Lead the way.
Fieldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time. Everyone stays out of sight.
I could imagine we've done quite a few quests here. Mostly with the cabbage, Wiggins potions.
Here we are.
Yeah.
My sister should be just inside.
Okay, you want me to go in first? Okay. I'll just,
Aha! Sebastion, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy. Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
whoa.
But we haven't tried.
So he's a former
There
aura.
is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Well, he's the only one screaming and saying, "There's no hope!" Dang. Well, that didn't go as
I'm
planned.
sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastion. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
Well, let's see if we can get some answers.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastion told me about.
I am. Sebastion and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts.
Oh, dear Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother and me in line. I do miss
Staying one step ahead.
Hogwarts. But I wouldn't mind being in Fieldcroft, really, if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins
she
at the
looks pale as
castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastion whenever he's home. It's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastion mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Aura, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastion for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastion cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I'm afraid it's really up to Sebastion, and his mind seems to be made up.
I can only hope he realizes the futility of his search for a cure soon. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
You know, I wonder if soon we could do something. Those memories that we've saw about the former ancient user, the one who graduated and became a professor. She argued for the teachings to possibly cure with this ancient magic. I wonder, will we get the opportunity to make our decision?
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastion, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastion is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in
Oh,
Sebastion
stop at
is
nothing to find
misplaced.
it.
Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
I mean, I could talk a lot about it, but
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastion. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastion. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastion does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastion's faring.
but if everyone did what they were supposed to do, we probably would not have most of the things we have now.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastion?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
But we can't say that he wasn't, but he's trying to do
I
what's
know
right.
he's angry, but he's only trying to do what he thinks is best for Anne.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened. Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated.
I agree.
All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something.
Digging.
Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
Ready to dig through this rubble. Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. Only good wizard is a dead wizard in my book. What I wouldn't give for a cup of mushrooms.
Places! Confringo!
We're dying, are we?
Confringo!
Who's hitting us?
Who's that? Such experience. You've made your last mistake.
Confringo!
You're weak.
Confringo! Experience!
I won't rest. Stop avoiding me. Your little magic trick wasn't.
Expelliarmus! Glacius! Confringo!
One less human to worry about.
Expelliarmus! Confringo! I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for.
You're telling me. You did, but I'm not gonna let you go on here alone. But give me a moment. Let me get all this stuff here. Sebastion was really gonna try and go here by himself. If we weren't here, I mean, it's possible he could have asked Ominous. Glad we were here, though. Okay, I got everything. Sorry for the wait. Anything? Whoa.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
It sounds as if the loyalists attacked Anne without cause.
I wouldn't put it past them, but I'm convinced that they were trying to hide something. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Okay.
Revelio. Confringo. Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumor was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard.
Could it be?
Revelio.
If it is, then it's possible. Looks like I had already ventured up here.
Revelio. Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists.
Okay.
I've heard goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more.
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
I was thinking of barging through here. Maybe repairing the entry site.
Sebastion, over here. Do you think that this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Reparo.
No?
Revelio. This well looks familiar.
No?
Revelio. Sebastion, I've seen this before. This house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
I mean, it is. We've learned about it for quite some time. We've learned from the field guides about this place used to be, the drought. This place was without water for quite some time. Until some wizards appeared. Oh, strap in, Sebastion.
Sebastion, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor. Hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted
Yeah.
section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a portkey. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers.
Correct.
And this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
I do the honors? No? Right. Just climb over this real quick.
A stairwell.
Wait, this wasn't here before.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about.
Lumos!
Tells me they're after something bigger.
Devil's Snare. Oh, how the hell did you beat me down here? Okay, alright. Isadora. Whoops. It is my second week in camp. More arrive each day. The Muggle doctors and even some of our own healers are doing all that they can for them. The grief is palpable. The ones who have survived the plague are forever damaged by their loss. A fever may pass, the skin may mend and scars, but the devastating sorrow remains. I saw a man, much like my father, who had lost a child. I couldn't bear it. I longed to give him some shred of relief. I'm beginning to think that the other doctors are wrong, or that the others are wrong. I have the power to help these souls. It seems as arbitrary not to help them as it would be to rid of them of their torment.
A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
too. Found another one. I traveled here to learn, but I long to help. My internal struggle is overwhelming. It's as though the magic wants to heal, and I am the one preventing it from doing so. Should I lose hope? Will I forever regret not having done more? I cannot look into their eyes, knowing that I could lessen the burden of heartache. I saw that the man leaving camp today, the one who so reminded me of my father. Surely it wouldn't hurt to help him. I could further my research, of course, but that would be a fortuitous consequence of doing something good with this ability.
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
And there's more.
Revelio. Lumos. You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
Can we...
I know it sounds strange, but...
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough.
That's funny.
I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true.
Well,
I'm
true
still
and
not sure
untrue.
what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be flawed.
We can. But perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come. Why would the
And it
door
is.
lead us here?
Sebastion, look.
Because this was hers. Makes sense. She'd want a quick way back home, I suppose. And a new door opens in the process. Water? Map? A portrait.
Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
A rune diagram.
Anything helpful in the note?
Nope. Not that I could make
A
out.
rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
It's true. Or
Very
around
well.
that area.
But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not?
Oh?
Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to Sian would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll
There's
be
no
in
we
touch.
couldn't at that
Till
point.
then.
Alright. The shadow of the estate.
Revelio.
Meet me near the ruins of
Oh?
Fieldcroft Castle. After dark. Do not tell anyone.
Okay. And let's head to astronomy class.
And your reading is the dragon. That's exciting, I suppose. Perhaps you're due for an adventure.
And we're in attendance. Hey, Amit.
Ladies,
Professor Shah.
astronomy is not divination. You won't find the mysteries of the cosmos charted out on your palms or at the bottom of your teacups. Alas, the heavens remain hazy to the starry-eyed. Now, if you were to devote yourselves to persistent and painstaking observation, you just might catch a glimpse. With that in mind, please take your telescopes. Tonight we will be on the observation deck.
A hidden treasure
Still
box in
don't
the
have your own? You can't be the new student forever, you know. You can share with Mr. Takar.
Oh. Thanks.
Here, I can adjust that for you.
No, bring it into focus on your own.
Alright. Focus. Oh. Is that it? I get it?
Now, I expect all of you to put in your stargazing hours outside of class. Is that clear?
But, Professor, it's freezing out.
Mere cold didn't stop the great stargazers of the past. Look only to the astronomy tables they erected throughout the Highlands from which they gazed millennia ago on the very self-same stars above us. Is that clear? Dismissed.
Thank you for saving us some suffering, Professor.
Hello again. Brilliant class, wasn't it? I prefer astronomy over potions, don't you? Of course,
Both of
we
them seem
Ravenclaws
fascinating.
tend to do well in any class.
Oh, hello.
Not to toot our own
Nice to see
horn,
you
but
again.
toot toot.
Did I hear Professor Shaw say that you don't have your own telescope? I have a spare one you could borrow for the rest of term.
Oh, I can't.
I can't do that, Amit. You might need it.
No, really, you can. And I won't. It's my old one. I finally got my hands on the new Celestia Contemplar. You've heard of it, I assume? I mean, of course you have. It's only the pinnacle of all personal stargazing implements. But my old model's not too shabby either. Goblin-cut glass, first-rate optical enchantments. Hate to think such a fine instrument is just collecting dust.
Well, thank you, Amit.
Think nothing of it. Anyway, the telescope's in the storage room right underneath us. You can't miss it. I have some, reading to finish on the lower deck. Come find me there afterwards, and bring the telescope. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
Revelio.
And there's the...
Tried to put off my stargazing as long as I could.
Flipendo.
Oh, good, that did. How am I supposed to find Sirius when my hands are too cold to use a telescope? It's a dog, isn't it?
Professor Shah's just about as cold and distant as the bloody stars she wants us to chart. Not how I wanted to...
Not sure what you can learn from these astronomy tables that you can't learn from a cup of tea leaves.
The constellations are beautiful. Not sure they're worth dying of a cold for, but they are.
Fair.
Amit thinks he knows everything. Even told me he can speak gobbledygook. Sounded like gibberish to me.
Gotta start somewhere.
I had heard about these odd stone tables out in the Highland. Perhaps that's what Professor Shah was talking about.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of them thus far.
Tried to put off my stargazing as long as I could. Oh, good, that did. How am I supposed to find...
I'll just lead him to his notes.
To use a telescope?
Professor?
It's a dog, isn't it?
Wait, how do we get there?
Revelio.
How in the world do we get down there? Oh, that's right. Stairs. Form fire.
This was his old telescope. Looks practically brand new.
Probably was.
A pristine night for stargazing. Do not let it be wasted.
Professor Shah, I'm interested in learning more about astronomy.
It is increasingly rare to find a student who seeks after things celestial, of their own accord. But if you truly desire to chart the courses of the cosmos, you must rid your mind of the terrestrial babble of others. We ourselves are not unlike blank star charts, you know? Empty canvases waiting to be inscribed with all that the universe has to offer. Do you understand?
Am I right in thinking you are unimpressed by divination?
Of the many other so-called disciplines taught here, divination is perhaps the most feeble, especially in its nonsensical practice of astrology. Do not confuse astronomy and astrology. One is concerned with mysteries stellar and lunar. The other is mere
I think I've done that mistake already. I think they both have their benefits.
You mentioned astronomy tables earlier in class. What were you talking about?
Long ago, devotees of the astral arts set up stone slabs across the countryside. They are ideal for studying constellations near and far. For centuries, wizards made use of these astronomy tables for stargazing. Sadly, they have since become mere monuments to the intrepid intellectual pursuits of a bygone epoch.
Thank you, Professor. I look forward to stargazing.
I am glad to hear it. Should be a stellar night for it.
Nice.
The perfect night for... Oh, hello again.
I have the telescope. It's nicer than I'd expected.
I would not offer a prospective stargazer a third-rate lunoscope. But there is, something else.
Yes, what is it?
You remember those astronomy tables Shaw was going on about? It
Right.
just so happens I've been reading up on them a little myself. And it seems there may be one right here at Hogwarts. I believe
Alright, by the
we
walls.
could use it to find hidden constellations.
And you need someone to help find it.
I do. Are you in? No one from the Gobstones Club will go with me. Said they'd rather get spit at by a stone than... Well, they are cowards. Let us get moving while the stars are still out. I'll show you how to use that telescope once we get there. I promise.
Why not? New
No need
prospect.
to convince me. Let's get going.
Brilliant. You won't regret it. Shall we?
There you go. So...
Lumos! Some say the locations of the tables were originally marked by centaurs for ritual stargazing. It is nice having a fellow stargazer to explore with.
Happy to be here. It is good to leave the classroom now and then. Lumos.
It's not that creepy out here at night, is it? The Gobstones
Oh, I
Club
actually
are-
like the
Here I
moonlit
am,
light.
charging ahead. Why don't you lead the way?
If you're sure. Revelio. A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
of
the
course.
trap
It's just
bathtub.
not as tidy as I expected.
No, most people don't come up here. It's to be expected.
Revelio.
More cobwebs. You don't think any spiders might be about?
Oh no, not this close to school, I mean.
And here it is.
Revelio.
Oh, I see. There we go.
The constellation should appear near the center of your view.
A harp? No. Guitar? What are they called?
I was right about the tables. They really are gateways to the far stars, just as the book said. And your contribution was invaluable. Rest assured, you shall be credited in my memoirs one day.
Thank you, Amit. I look forward to reading them.
And I look forward to writing them. This is only the beginning. You will find more tables like this one throughout the grounds and forest, all beckoning to be discovered by a worthy astronomer. And if I have ever seen one, it's you. Oh, and about my old telescope, don't bother returning it. You should keep it.
That's quite generous. Thank you.
Very.
You're welcome. It has goblin-cut glass and a gobbledygook inscription. I'm practically fluent in gobbledygook, you know. It's all in the throat, really, gobbledygook, you know, and how you pronounce your R's. Anyway, glad our adventure was a success. I will see you soon.
Astronomy class. Thanks, Hamid. Well, we're off.
Incredible!
So where do we go next? Find astronomy towers. And they were a lot. In the shadows of Bloodline. Actually, we should go see Sebastion. Since this happened so... Oh. Probably asking him to talk to his family in order to get information from.
Revelio.
Oh, there he is, right here.
Anything to do with the dark art should be avoided. It's too risky.
Anything to do with Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
The dark arts do pique my interest.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this. Better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
He doesn't have to.
I understand. You needn't tell me if you don't want to.
If I were you, I'd be begging for more details.
Maybe if I was in Slytherin. But I am a bit curious.
It's not that I'm not interested. And you can certainly trust me if you want to tell me anything.
Ominous learned dark magic from his parents.
Ooh.
Are you familiar with the Cruciatus curse?
Crucio, correct? The Cruciatus curse. Also known as the torture curse. Inflicts excruciating pain on the victim.
Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting us on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to. but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
How horrible. Poor Ominous. He was only a child. He shouldn't blame himself.
After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Fieldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
Well, he's your friend. You would understand him more than I do. Though we should be careful. Okay, I guess we should go see Natty now. What are we doing here?
I'm glad that you received my owl. We need to stay low and remain quiet.
Natty, what's going on? Why are we all the way out here?
As promised, I did some investigating to find out what Harlow is up to. I followed him to the Hogsmead. I noticed him reading a letter. All I could see was that it was signed by and bore the seal of Victor Rookwood. And one other thing. Harlow mentioned you to his colleagues. They did not mistake you for someone else, did they?
No, they didn't. Rookwood and Harlow are after me.
Why did you lie to me? And what do they want with a Hogwarts student?
Professor Fig told me to keep things quiet, but I know I can trust you, Natty. Rookwood and Harlow want something Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before I came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
Yeah, there's a lot to catch up on.
It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmead?
I think so. I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it. And I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know it's a lot to take in.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it's safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us. And we can help to take them down for good. That letter is the tangible proof that Officer Singer needs. It is why I followed Harlow here, and why I wrote to you. I need your help to retrieve it.
That's actually a good question.
You seem to be very determined in stopping Rookwood and Harlow. Why?
I knew men like him in Uganda. I know how bad things can get if they are not stopped. It's a long story, one I promise to share when we have more time. For now, let's do what we came to do.
Can't we just bypass Officer Singer and go directly to the Ministry?
Do you think they will listen to a student? Only Officer Singer can start an investigation. The Ministry will come in later.
Alright then. I'm in.
I'll help you find the letter, Natty.
I'm glad to hear it. First, we must access the castle keep. I'll check the main gate, see if you can find another way in. I do not see any guards, but we should still try to be as quiet as possible. Harlow is here after all.
Why not just kick his butt? Oh, we can't fly here. That's true. Last time I used these to get up there. But I don't know how well it'll work for me now. Okay, I'm up here.
I wonder what that does.
Yeah, we've done this before. Oh, that's right. Oh. Wasn't that a actual... Oh, there's the chest there. This wasn't there last time.
Revelio.
Wow. Look at that.
I need to find a way into the gatehouse to open the gate for Natty. Dead end. Must be another way in.
Did that do it?
That looks as if it might raise the gate.
Oh, I see.
Well done. I will be right up. I knew you could do it. This way. I will get the door.
Interesting that no one heard that. Oh, looks like she did know a little more. Oh, what's this? I can't believe I have to write this down. But you moon minds, don't listen. Push the gate and open. Don't blast it. If I find the blown to pieces again, I swear it'll be the end of you lot. Well, we did it.
That is the main keep. My guess is that we'll find Hollow and the letter inside. We'll need to be careful once we get...
I hear them.
Restrain the face!
Troll? Oh no! A hippogriff.
Highwing.
Do you know that hippogriff?
It's the same. I do.
Very well.
But what if we
New
didn't?
plan. I get the evidence and you free that hippogriff. Agreed?
Oh no, but it was part of the
This is
main
our
missions.
chance. Go!
Oh. Wait. Ah, shit.
Blast it! There's gotta be another way to get up to the roof.
We'll find a way.
I hope Natty stays out of trouble. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Okay. Oh no, we push it.
Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Not the safest place to sneak into. Revelio.
That curiosity young people tend to nurture never ends well for them, does it?
And your good ways don't either. Ooh, what's this? Huh. Don't mind if I do.
Oh, that warrants a look. Now, where did I...
How I'm gonna endure this?
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Oh, that's Merlin's trial.
I hope Natty's having an easier time of it. Aloha Mora.
Only the most important spell we have learned in Hogwarts was taught not even by a teacher. Ooh, unidentifying hand item. Best spell ever.
You're going home in a wooden box!
You will not survive this fight!
Ha ha!
As I was. He shouldn't have. Huh? Oh!
It's all right. There we go.
There you are.
Come on.
Hello, Mom.
Hurry.
Oh my god, she is brave! Okay, that's one way. I mean, I probably... There you go. That works. Oh my god, they're blasting those curses left and right. Was everybody get timed out while in the cutscene? This is cooler than flying on a broom! Holy shit! This is just like magic!
There's the Hogwarts Express. Must be returning from an unscheduled run.
This is so cool though. High wind. I know it's high wing, but you forever high wind. Final Fantasy. When did we meet Poppy? Let her know.
High wing, go!
If they can, they'll be jelly as hell.
This is amazing!
It's incredible, isn't it?
Oh, we can even touch the water. That was cool. What a nice little detail. I try to do that with the broom and it doesn't work, but we could do that. Cool.
That
was an adventure.
It was exhilarating, wasn't it? I wasn't sure we were going to make it out alive.
There was no need to worry. I had it all under control.
Were you able to find the letter?
Summoned it straight out of Hallow's hands. I will say, I did not expect to see him cast the killing curse at us. He won't forget this. Be on your guard.
Of course. What did the letter say?
That Rookwood's looking for a phoenix. Not sure where he will find one. But it also included Hallow's orders to inspect that castle for the poachers. Enough to connect Hallow to the crimes. I shall deliver the letter to Officer Singer. She'll have to do something when she sees it. Now, tell me, where did you meet these hippogriffs?
I've only met Highwing before. Poppy introduced us.
Poppy Sweeting knows a hippogriff. Of course she does. Poppy will be relieved to know that Highwing's safe. I came to the right person for help. My mother will be worried. I must go. Seek me out soon. I shall have much to tell you.
Oh, and she's riding off. Okay. Well, Highwind. Highwind. I'm gonna rename him. This is so cool. Caligo. Wow.
I have learned of a wizard who is being harassed by Hallow. He may be able to provide the evidence we need to take Hallow down. We should speak with him together. Meet me at his home.
Okay, I'm busy flying though.
Please stop by the room of requirement. Deke tells me he has something to share with you.
Okay. Hopefully it's an
News
expansion.
regarding the goblin you mentioned. Why don't we meet at the map chamber to discuss that and our next steps?
Oh, a lot of things going on here, Professor.
Faster, Highwing! Highwing, go!
Deek would like to talk with you when you have a moment.
Hello, Deke. Professor Weasley said you wanted to tell me more about the loom.
Ah, hello. Yes, about that. Deek has had a thought. He...
What? What the what? What is that? Deke?
Oh, seems the room thinks you need more space for your beasts.
Yes!
As Deke was saying, he's had a thought. Now, Deke knows how you can test the item of clothing that you enhanced in the enchanted loom.
Right.
And perhaps help an old friend in the process.
What do you mean?
A house elf named Tobbs works for his master, retrieving leech juice in a cave near Hogwarts.
Right.
Tobbs' master doesn't let him leave the cave. And Deke knows the cave is infested with spiders.
That sounds awful.
Okay.
It is. Deke hasn't heard from his friend for a while now. As the item you wove in the loom has an enchantment that might be useful, Deke thought you could test it whilst checking on Tobbs.
I understand. Leave it to me, Deke. I'll find Tobbs for you.
Oh, thank you. Please let Deke know what you learn about Deke's old friend.
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
Tobbs, you missed your quota by 3 vials. You know what that means. It means my loyal customers will be missing their bottles of Seamus's shrinking solution. Because of your foolish mistakes, you will be given no food for a week. I also expect you to punish yourself accordingly. When I return for the next shipment, I'd best see the bloodied bandages instead of your usual idiotic grin. If you do not meet your next quota, plus 5 extra vials, you will lose more than your food privileges.
Tobbs' master is awful. Tobbs? Tobbs? Deke sent me. Are you in here? Revelio. Confringo.
Are spiders nearby? Combat
Revelio.
music activated. Oh yeah.
Flipendo. Glacius. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Flipendo. Expelliarmus. Revelio. Revelio. It looks as if Tobbs was here some time ago. He must have headed deeper into the cave. Confringo! Flipendo! Potato! Flipendo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Revelio. Confringo. Flipendo. Glacius. Flipendo. Expelliarmus.
What a cozy place. I wouldn't be surprised if facing another giant spider like we did that one quest. No, you don't.
Revelio. Confringo.
Not today, giant spider. Not today.
Revelio.
Wait, there's another note over there. Master, if you're looking for Tobbs, it seems he has dried up all the leeches here and must go deeper into the cave. Tobbs has hopes Master will wait for him to return. It's too much dangerous for Master to follow. And please be careful of the spiders.
That
Tobbs.
didn't sound particularly reassuring. Revelio.
Ah, shit. And so we meet again. Wow! It does the same thing!
Revelio. Flipendo. Accio. Oh no. I have a feeling that house elf is Tobbs.
Master, if you find Tobbs' body, the big spider was too much. Tobbs has failed you and deserves this punishment. Tobbs feels weak, sleepy. Tobbs must.
Poor Tobbs. Left here alone with the spiders. Flipendo. Caporzo. That table looks familiar. Seems I'm back at the entrance to the cave. Revelio.